Howdy, folks. That literary lady here. And on the fourth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me Tanya Joyner, the jury lady. Today's guest is Tanya Joyner. She's also known as the jury lady. She is the owner of Prosperity Clothing and thejurylady.com. She's the president of the Professional Women's Network of Greensboro, and her resume includes math professor and administration manager for the U.S. Census Bureau, and she's a proud member of the New Millennium Christian Center and its praise team. Hey, Tanya, welcome to the show.
Hey, Yolanda. Thank you for having me. You
are so welcome. Thank you for being on the show. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was awesome. It was, I think, the most stress-free one I've had for quite a while.
Really lucky you. Did you cook a lot of food?
Yes, we did.
Well, I'm glad. Did you happen to brave the crowds of Black Friday today?
No, I used to do that in years past, and that's probably one of the reasons why my Thanksgiving was so stress-free, because I had already made up in my mind I was not going to endure any foolishness this year, so that automatically knocked off Black Friday.
I understand. I did it years ago and never again.
Yeah.
Now to tell folks, Tanya is my jury lady, and I call her my jury lady as if she belongs only to me, but I use various resources such as Avon and, the mall and other places to get my jewelry. But Tanya has such a great selection that I pretty much eliminate everyone else. She has something for everyone, different colors, different styles. And one of the things I like about hers is it's very unique. She doesn't have too many pieces of each set or each piece, which makes you somewhat of an original. I don't go around Greensboro, and everyone that lives in Greensboro knows it's a small place, so I don't go around seeing everyone with what I have on, and I kind of like that, although I don't mind sharing, but I like that I'm a one-of-a-kind person, and if I have an event coming up or anything, I can always call Tanya and say, hey, this is what I'm wearing. What can you match it up with? And I appreciate that. So, Tanya, with that being said, I want you to tell our audience, how did you get involved in being the jury lady, and what sparked your interest in the first place?
Oh, wow. This is a very long evolution. I really don't even know how far to go back, and I know we have a time limit, so I'll try to make it as brief as I can. Long story short, my husband and I started a business, and actually he had started researching everything. He's a business major, and I'm a math major, so I had no interest really in business. And even in my first business class, the business professor just hated me because I was one of those people who was for the greater good. And, of course, we know business, they don't play that. So what ended up happening was, as my husband was telling me what his dream was for this business, I found myself having bad experiences with buying clothing and just shopping in general, because I'd changed sizes so much over the years after having children that I'd gone from being very petite to being plus size. So it was challenging. And one of the things that I evolved into was selling women's clothing, women's suits. And so even further along, I found myself really, really loving to just hone in on jewelry. And just the fact that you could find that one piece of jewelry for that one person that really expressed the individuality of that person. So I find myself just, even now, playing with jewelry. I'm just sitting around, messing around with it, seeing what you can do with it. And it just became a passion. And the funny thing about it, the Professional Women's Network of Greensboro really helped me see that that's what I was most passionate about, because as my customers started to come to me, they always introduced me to other people as, hi, this is Tanya, she's the jewelry lady. And so the name just stuck. And I said, well, you know what? I think I'm kind of entering into a point where I'm being branded whether I want to or not. So I just went with it.
And I'm glad you did, because if you go to thejurylady.com and also her Facebook page, which is The Jury Lady, you'll see some pieces that you haven't seen before, and some original pieces, and you'll love it. Now, I don't want to overshadow the fact that she is the owner of Prosperity Clothing, and I have to tell you, Tanya, I am what they used to call a first lady dresser, meaning, I bought my suits and I wore my hats But when I got to Greensboro, I didn't see too much of that, or people would ask me, why are you overdressed or whatever. So I kid you not when I tell you I sold all my suits and all my hats or gave them away. But I recently found out that is some of the things that you sell at Prosperity Clothing.
Right, yes. And actually, Prosperity Clothing and Sanctified Designs are two divisions, as well as the jewelry later under me and my husband's business. And our whole business name is Sanctified Prosperity Clothing. And it just came about that way. My husband at this point is a minister, and so, it just has this huge evolution that's just come about. And I found myself thinking about from the perspective of a first lady, because I always seem to be close to them in one way or another. What is it that they go through? What kind of suit would you really like to wear? I mean, you have, of course, the first ladies that they don't interact but so much. They're usually kind of stationary, and that's fine.
Right.
And they don't move a lot. So, if your suit is not overly comfortable, it won't really make any difference because you're just sitting there. But what I found was the more first ladies, there were some dynamic women who they needed to take their coat off so that they could lay hands and pray for people. Right. And go to work in the kitchen and clean up and, all of these things. And I was like, you can't do that in a traditional suit. So I went and started looking for suits that had the wider straps so that you have a little bit more flexibility. If you had to take your coat off, you wouldn't feel overly exposed. Or they had the short cuff, the short sleeve or, the little cap sleeve so that you would not feel, that you're not decent and in order in the Lord's house. And so, of course, we usually don't even sell dresses that are above the knee either. Right. So it's been something that I felt like I owed to our churches, that these women who really work on Sunday, that they're not just eye candy. No first lady is just eye candy. She's praying and interceding and serving so much that I also felt like she needed a line of suits that was just that spectacular that could accentuate who she was.
Right, and I'm glad that I found this out about you, because I used to initially, I'm not sure if you remember, Essence.com used to sell these types of clothing, and they went out of business. And I started using especially yours, but they didn't have a broad selection. And even now, WomenSuits.com, they sell that type, but there's nothing like having someone locally and not limiting herself to the local arena, because I'm sure she ships and all that. But for my personal taste, I'm glad she's local, because when I order something, she's going to make sure that I'm happy with it, make sure that it fits me correctly. So I love that part about you as well. So, and I'll be getting suits and hats from you as well.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And the Jewelry Lady just doesn't sell jewelry. I mean, she sells accessories, and accessories is not limited to jewelry. She has beautiful hats, beautiful scarves, and what else do you sell?
Oh, goodness. We sell some everything. We have gloves coming out now. We do have some scarves. We have purse hooks. We used to carry anklets, of course, in the summertime, toe rings and things like that, little small change purses, and they're never just something that you're going to walk up on somewhere else. So if you see something that I have, I usually only have, like you said, usually less than 5, which might be frustrating for some, but, you don't want to walk around seeing yourself. But we do also carry, if you have a large group order, like we still do weddings, and we still do, actually we had a church choir that called us not too long ago, and I don't want to release any information yet because it's such a special event. I just want them to be able to have that moment to themselves. But it was 74 people to see that order suits and jewelry for, so it was an awesome experience, and it's just been a great thing. So, yeah, we do individuals as well as groups, and I think at one point we did Men Can Cook. You remember Men Can Cook?
Yes.
Yeah, we did that. We did their, an auction. They have an auction each year, and we've participated with that for the last few years, as well as the Women's Resource Center. Their New Choices graduates, we usually make some type of donation, or if they have some type of auction, We always donate some pieces to help raise money. And the Boys and Girls Club with Miss Nashaka Proctor of Events by Nashaka, we always try to contribute there as well. So we love taking those opportunities of not only just having, one or two pieces, but if you need it, we've got what you need. We'll do our best to find it for you. Yep.
And Tanya is a good example of a entrepreneur who gives back to the community. And as many of you know, I'm the founder of Sweetheart to the Triad, and those were some of the qualifications to be selected as a sweetheart. And Tanya doesn't know it yet, but I'll go ahead and give her early Christmas present. But someone, I don't reveal who selects these people, but I will say someone has already nominated Tanya for our 2013 Sweetheart to the Year award. So Merry Christmas.
I am so honored. So honored. Oh, my gosh.
So you are officially a sweetheart because you do give back to the community, and you are an entrepreneur that's on the cutting edge, and you utilize social media so well. I think I'm a social media, I consider myself a guru and a geek, and Tanya amazes me, and I'm constantly sending her messages. How did you do that? How did you do this? And she's always happy to help, and I do appreciate that.
Oh, that's so awesome because I'm always following you around, seeing what you're up to, and I'm like, wait a minute, if Yolanda's doing that, I probably need to check that out.
So it's good that we can help each other.
Now, that's right.
Now, you mentioned earlier the New Choices program, and I happen to be one of the mentors. And the reason why that caught my eye is Tanya is the president of the Professional Women's Network of Greensboro, which is the same place that this mentoring program takes place. Now, how did you get involved with PWN, and how did you become its president?
I think that was just the fastest transition I've ever experienced in my life. I was invited by a friend of mine that she sells Mary Kay. Her name is Portia Johnson, and Portia's kids. Well, actually, I know Portia from maybe 15 years ago. And we sang in the choir together at Mount Zion Baptist Church, and her kids babysat my kids, and I taught, oldest daughter math, and I tutored her younger daughter. So, but she invited me to PWN, and within, 6-8 months, they had nominated me for vice president, and I was like, what? So I was shocked, but I love that group so much. They do exactly what they say. They are professional women networking to exchange ideas and support one another in their business and personal lives. And it is such a unique group of women. I have never experienced anything like that. And then growing up as a tomboy, to actually be able to sit down and connect with women of different ages, different backgrounds, different socioeconomic levels, and so huge, just volumes of wisdom and experience, and yet still evolving into even more of a powerhouse meeting by meeting, because we get so much just enrichment by the people that we have to come and speak for us. And, it boggles the mind. Every week I'm just sitting there like a little kid, like, oh, my gosh, I can't believe I'm sitting here getting this basically for free.
Right.
And we were so honored to have you come as a speaker, and just the nuggets of wisdom that we get from other women who are willing to come and share with us. It's just an awesome experience. I am president, but I'm honored. I'm so honored still just to go every single Friday, 7:45 tonight. But I'm just so honored to go.
I was going to say, I really want to join that group, but most people who know me know I am not a morning person, and 7:45 is way too, because I go to bed. I'm going to bed when people are getting up. But, things may change in 2013.
Yeah, and I'm just you give it a shot. You find that after going there a few times, that it's worth the sacrifice. Because even I'm pulling out 10 minutes after my kids are leaving for school, and they know Friday don't mess with mommy, because mommy's got to go to PWN, and it's an awesome experience to have. But I'm with you. I am a morning person, and it still can be tough. But
I was on that one.
The ROI is just above and beyond anything that you could, I've been in other groups. I understand the whole BNI thing. TWN is so far from a BNI, it's crazy. But it is so worth the investment of that, that basically an hour and 15 minutes. So.
Right. And you get to do a lot of great networking. And now, Tanya, you received your education from North Carolina A&T.
Yes, have you applied?
Yeah, okay. I was waiting for that. And you're a math professor. Are you still actively teaching?
Yes, I am. I still do teach part-time at A&T. And actually, I have to go back to work Monday.
So you are busy like me.
I've been teaching there seems like forever off and on, but I've taught there for quite a while, and I've worked in a few different departments. I actually worked in special projects over in the Center for Academic Excellence for a while, which was great to do because they also help the students who come in who aren't quite ready for college, but it helps them really hone their skills so that by the time they have to take those 100-level courses, they are so just empowered. It's a great fit to work with them, too, yeah.
A teacher, a jury lady, a mother, a wife, a president, you just do it all, don't you?
Yeah, I've tried to, take a smaller plate and push the things back. It just, it doesn't always work that way. But I thank God for the ability to manage my time well and so many supportive people around me.
Right, and I appreciate you for all you do. And I want to thank you for being on the show today. And I want you to give you an opportunity to one, tell our audience how they can reach you online and on social media. And if you have any tips or if you have any sales coming up at the end of December that you want to let people know about, you can go ahead and promote yourself.
Okay, great. Thank you. Well, I am on online. We have our own page. It's thejewelrylady.co. And there you can find all of our tips and secrets and wardrobe, facts and figures and things that can help you on a day-to-day basis. You can also find me on Facebook at facebook.com/thejewelrylady.co. We're also on Twitter, but we're under a different kind of name because we started that before the Jewelry Lady even came about. But you can find me on Twitter at spclothing1. And we're also on YouTube, so you can reach us on YouTube, and our key name there is SP Clothing 1 as well. Okay. And as far as sales, oh, my gosh, we started flash sales, what we call flash sales, about 2 weeks ago. And they are just insane. I mean, I do them, but they're just insane. So we'll have a sale up, and it'll be for maybe 1 or 2 days, and you can get, anything from $40, $50 necklace set for about $20. It just depends on what items I just feel like putting up that day. So keep an eye out. We have some scarves and some things up there right now. But as we know in Greensboro, it has not even gotten cold yet. So you don't want to get caught out in the cold without a scarf or, a nice little hat or some gloves. So, yeah, check us out.
And that's cool because today, I think it was today, Tanya posted, she posts every day these little secrets. And the one today I believe I saw was how to dress up the little black dress. And I refuse to buy too many clothing until I lose the rest of this weight I'm trying to lose. So I'm repurposing a black suit, basically, that I've had for a few years now. I won't say how long, but it's a little classic. But she gave ideas on how you can repurpose it with just using accessories. And so I have put an order in for her to spruce up my little black dress, and I'm looking forward to that. So check Tanya out. You won't regret it, and please support her. Please remember that your community businesses are what keeps your economy going, your local economy going. So please support these ladies. And also remember that Tanya is one of the nominees for the 2013 Sweetheart of the Year Award. So, Tanya, thank you for being on our show, and I look forward to talking to you real soon, and I look forward to spending my husband's money on your jewelry.
Thank you so, so much, and I will make sure that I give you a receipt that does not have my business name at the top.
Okay, oh, definitely, definitely. And we'll talk to you soon, okay?
All right, thanks so much for having me.
Thank you.